Let's do front to back on the CT90. Now remember, we are going to be building a CT90, but it's going to have a lot of improvements over this bike. Let's start with the front. So it's got a 1.8 by 17 front wheel. The issue with this wheel is the hub is a different style, which required those brake parts to be moved from the right side to the left side. Our solution is going to be more like the C200, so it's a lot easier. Moving up, it's got the LED light. It has no cover here though. It does have the old head badge that I repurposed. Speedway style bars, mountain bike style brakes, and a black and white display. The throttle, again, it's the same throttle. It comes with that rear motor and the controller. The wiring is run on the outside right here, and we're actually going to drill a hole and run it down this tube much cleaner on our build. It's got this large battery box for the 35 amp hour battery. Underneath this cover right here is a bunch of the electronics. So basically the plug to charge it and the plug from the battery to the controller to connect to the bike. It doesn't have a nice switch like the other bike, so you have to plug this together to activate the whole system. It's got a new seat, the original gas tank, original kickstand parts, original swing arm, aftermarket shocks. It does have a new style rear light that has the turn indicators incorporated in them. It's got the NBP rear hub motor, and that's 1.6 by 17. So as mentioned, this has that mountain bike style rear brake. It has that flimsy 6-bolt rotor, and I had to weld a tab on to mount this caliper. It's not as powerful at all. Let's check out under the seat at the electronics. Now our setup is going to be far cleaner than this. Here's the voltage reducer from 72 volts to 12 volts. And here's that cheap YF controller. I basically just stuff it in here and put some foam around it. We're going to have a cool mounting bracket. So the wiring goes 72 volts from the battery through a fuse, up through that plug on the other side, into the controller, and then to this voltage reducer. From there it goes back down through the frame, out right here, into the switches. The switches go to the appropriate accessory. For the tail lights, it goes back down through the frame, all the way to the tail light. It's pretty simple. To turn on the CT90, you have to plug in this plug right here, then come up to the bars and hold the power switch. It's that black and white display. It does have some changeable parameters, but you basically have to know the sequence of the buttons to make that happen. To do the lights, they're all in one here, so you just turn them on. Turn indicators and horn. There's some details on my bikes. Thanks for checking them out. Now remember, this is a fun project and these are great bikes to ride. Subscribe to the channel to keep these videos coming. And next up, we're going to talk about the donor bike. We're going to get into prepping the donor bike and doing some of the fabrication, so it should really be fun. Until next time, have a good day.